bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Thrilled to be part of your Tuesday. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. You'll continue to hit us up if you'd like to. Your thoughts, comments, questions, all of it welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through the 100.7 The Score mobile app. We'll continue to read some of yours, including this one. Dear Brennan, how are you? I am fine. What was the weight difference when you brought down Doug Brooks of the world-famous Brooks Bros running attack from Shiner? Thank you for the workout talk that you give us. Gordo, P.S. Please tell Matt that Gordo is a big fan of his work and the greatness of Chois Woodman. I'm really glad my mom has disguised herself as Gordo. Okay. Brennan, what's up?
So, when that play happened, I was probably around 120, 125. Doug Brooks was listed as 260 on the roster, but I think he was heavier than that.
I bet he felt heavier than that.
So there was probably about 140-pound weight difference.
So
he was probably 7 inches taller than me, so he's 6 foot, and I'm 5'2".
So did he? What time of day was that game?
It was 11 a.m.
Okay, that's what I thought, because I think I was sitting on...
It was the first game of that day.
I think I was sitting on the afternoon show when we were watching that live. We had it on in the studio and saw, let's go, Lopes! And Brennan might have took one on the chin. But we were rooting for you. And that was before I knew you. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. Where'd it go? Baseball question from Lindale Jeff. I can weigh a Yankee, or it says baseball. I can weigh a Yankee and a Ranger and even a Giant, but how much does a Met weigh? Is a metropolitan, is that a person that lives in a city, or is that a whole city?
City.
It's a whole city?
It's a whole city.
Sounds pretty heavy, especially the city of New York.
I think this list has gotten a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I think so. This one says if they're using the weight of a bull for the Texans, then they need to do the weight of a star for the Cowboys. And if the star is in zero gravity, wouldn't that make them the lightest at zero? Now you're getting too scientific and nerdy on me. It's a little tough. I just turned on the Big 12 Studios channel in here. And it's the replay of the Colorado game from last year. 31-20 loss. No, I mean, it's 31-20 at this point, but ended up being a loss for Tech. Joey McGuire just got on the microphone to tell the fans, hey, quit throwing crap on the field. I don't think he said crap, but man, I wish you played Colorado this year. I don't think they're that good.
I don't either.
I wish. There's some teams, this whole... It's weird after, Matt, going through a decade plus of playing every single team when you had 10 teams in your league.
Mm-hmm.
So it was weird of going from that to this scheduling matrix that you're in now and being like, man, this is a year you wish you would have had them. Or, man, that's like Utah last year versus Utah this year. 2 totally different animals. Would have been a good time to get Utah last year.
But everything falls where it's supposed to. I like different opponents.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I do. There's certain ones I wish you had every single year. Like it's stupid that you're not playing Baylor.
I knew you were going to say
Well,
that.
it's literally a game you've had on your schedule for 60-something years in a row. So why did we just decide, hey...
Do you have a bigger problem because they're still in the conference as opposed to would you have the same problem? Let's say Baylor went to the ACC.
That's correct.
But since they're in conference,
because you had a long-standing Aggie rivalry, but they wanted to quit it, and
yeah,
because if I think Texas Tech would have kept that going, but A&M didn't want any part of it, so fine. But the fact that you're within the conference and it can be mandated that you play them, you should be playing them. I would love to have groupings like the SEC is doing it, where Baylor and TCU and Texas Tech, and you can either make it Houston or Oklahoma State, but that some combination of that, play each other every year, and then you can do it like divisions in the NFL. Divisions in the NFL play different divisions every year, and you can find a way to make these things work. But yeah, I think it is silly that you're not scheduled to play Baylor. I say scheduled. I'm still not certain that they're not going to be in the Big 12 championship. I'm not counting on it at this point. They looked a lot better in week 2.
Did they?
Well, after
they escaped.
After halftime. I mean, they beat the number 17 team and on the road. So
I know.
What's what Big 12 teams are better than you thought and worse than you thought through the first 2 weeks from a preseason list for you?
I think Iowa State's making a name for themselves to continuously climb up. I know everybody didn't think they were going to be terrible by any means, but
yeah,
to see them sitting at 14 and to gonna win this week, right? That's pretty a safe bet. Arkansas State.
I would think so. It'd be surprising.
So it would take a top 10 team to lose for them to very well be sitting right on the cusp of 10.
Sure.
So that's I think that's a team I have my eye on. I thought Baylor would be good, so that's there. I'm maybe a homer for this because I'm probably one of the few in Lubbock that still believe in Deion. I think Deion's a good coach, so I thought Colorado was going to be okay this year. I actually thought kind of the opposite, like you're going to lose the star players, which means you lose some of the publicity, and maybe you just focus back on coaching and building up a team. Yeah. So it's kind of where I was at with them, and it's not a secret. I wish for Deion to do well. I think a lot of people, he rubs them the wrong way, but these are also the same people that loved Deion when he had the star on his helmet, but now they cannot stand him as a coach, which is weird to me. Like, that's the same personality. You knew what you were getting when Deion took over to be a coach. So,
I think there's a difference in being a player and being a leader of men, though. I think there is. Like, so if you're a player, there's guys I can enjoy and like as a player that I absolutely
from a leader of men. Why
coach.
Wouldn't you not like that guy? Like the rules he sets, the expectations he sets for his team.
I think because he's fake. Because he will say one thing and he says the right things in a lot of media settings, and then you see how his players or his children act. That's plenty for me to not like. His children are a prime example, no pun intended, of why I don't like him. I intended it actually. I mean, like how his kid acted. The one Deion Jr. on the sidelines, ridiculous. I mean, nasty, disgusting.
Yeah.
If circumstances were different, it would have made some pretty big headlines across the country. That's one. Shiloh Sanders on the. I still don't understand why you want to punch. This goes for anybody. Why do people punch people with helmets on? That's the
dumbest thing. You can't criticize that because everybody fights in the NFL. So, how many breakout fights were there in the Ravens game this week alone? Right? How many scuffles?
No, that's not what it. Shiloh Sanders beating someone up.
Yeah, yes.
Beating them up to the point of immobility.
Yep. I agree with you.
And then
POS.
Claiming bankruptcy so he doesn't lose his NIL money. Mm-hmm. Like trash. Like that is a trash move, and it's instigated from his father. So that's why I don't like him as a leader of men, because he says the right things. He says we're going to go to class, we're going to sit in the front row. All those things are good things to say and institute within your program. But
let me ask you, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is Andy Reid a good guy?
Good guy.
His son's been in terrible trouble. Killed somebody, I believe, right? Drunk driving?
Yeah, and went to jail for it, right?
So I guess what I'm saying to answer that is, like, you can't, when your kids are living a life of luxury and that's all they've known, they're going to make mistakes when they get on their own, right?
I think there is a
Shador
difference
learned that he wasn't the guy quickly in the NFL.
I think there's a difference between your kids doing something and then still endorsing your kids and the way Dion does with his children.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
It's a tough thing. I think
it is.
We could probably follow a list of coaches that have had kids that have had terrible situations, right?
Sure.
So,
yeah.
But I get it. He's not everybody's slice of pie.
But I do actually think he's a better coach than I originally thought. This year is going to be interesting to me because I think 6-6 is a good coaching job by him this year.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's a Tuesday afternoon with the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107 The Score mobile app. Chois Woodman, Matt Estenson here in the First United Bank studio. Dive back into more of your thoughts on the Yates Flooring Center chat line here shortly. Keep those coming in. But right now, let's get to Kaylee's Dailies. Caw. Or that. All right, guys. It's PSL season. That's right. It's Pygmy Slow Loris, I guess.
What you saying there, Choice?
Pygmy Slow Loris season, or Philippine Slow Loris, either works. This week in the animal husbandry and conservation community is Slow Loris Outreach Week. Slow Loris Outreach Week occurs every second week of September to highlight slow lorises since they are a critically endangered species. Slow lorises are mammal species known for their small body size, gigantic eyes, and venomous armpits, which they lick and ward off predators with.
Venomous armpits, horse name.
There are currently 9 species of slow lorises, including 2 PSLs, the Bengal slow loris, the Javan slow loris, the Sumatran slow loris. She did a hard one for me. The greater slow loris. Slow lorises get their name due to the fact that their movements are very slow, but also deliberate. They use slow motion to ambush prey, such as insects and small vertebrate, in trees to be able to capture a quick and easy meal. Slow lorises are critically endangered due to deforestation, and human pet trade groups like the Little Fireface Project focus solely on slow loris conservation and have been working to restore loris's population and educate the public on the need for this interesting Southeastern Asian species. Tell me more about these venomous armpits.
They look creepy.
So are they a monkey? Are they in the ape family? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Are they related more to an
They look like
possum?
a monkey / sloth, but a small one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
How do you use venomous armpits? I still don't understand it. Highly toxic venom that produced by glands on their elbows and armpits mixed with their saliva, delivered through grooved teeth during a bite. So venom has to be injected. So if I had venomous armpits, I'd have to lick it and then bite you. You can't just lick it and it's not poison. So I think you can drink rattlesnake venom and it's not going to hurt you.
Sure.
You're not going to believe me? It sounds right. I don't know. Just go with what you feel.
Just go with what you feel.
That's all. All right, y'all keep hitting us up. Whatever you got on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app. So we're talking about the Big 12. And we talk a little Colorado, that sort of thing. But what is there a team that you think is off to a slow start that will pick up the pace, i.e. a Baylor or a Kansas State or whatever? And is there a pretender out there to you? One that's off to a fast start but has no chance of actually really competing in this league? Because I think there's been, to me, it's felt like more disappointing than good for the Big 12 through the first 2 weeks.
I'd probably say the slow start. I remember when we did the projections here, there was a couple people, right? At least one I know that picked Arizona State to win. I want to say maybe that was Jamie that picked them to be in the Big 12 championship.
I think he did, yeah.
But I would say a slow start with them. They're 1-1. They gave up 19 to North Arizona, which again is fine, but they struggled against Mississippi State. So that'd be the slow start. Baylor hasn't impressed me like I thought. I thought they would come out the gates and just absolutely dominate. Now, they did win last week in double overtime.
Yeah. The offensive numbers have been good, but man.
But Utah has came out swinging. Both of their games have been, which only won UCLA, right, and Cal Poly at 63-9. That's probably pretty expected, but I think Utah has came out the gate swinging, and I have to put Texas Tech up there. I mean, they've when you have high expectations, you can only go down, and thankfully for us, Texas Tech has exceeded those. Like, they've been able to come out and dominate within 2 quarters of both games and essentially say, we're going to sit everybody. I mean, they've really had a preseason. If this is about as preseason for college football as you could get, with your first 2 opponents being not up to standards with where you're at as a program. So you've, like I said, you've got to come out, you've got to try some things, and you've got to rest your starters, and then you're gearing up now for Oregon State, which the name, I think, carries more weight than Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Kent State. But I don't think that there's not much more talent on their team. I would feel confident in saying I don't think that Oregon State's going to come out and force you to a ton of 3-and-outs or go up there and put 40 points up on you and go into a shootout. I think you're going to dominate.
So you're
Oregon
taking
State.
Tech to cover the 23 or 24 points?
Yes. Yes.
I think I would, unless the only real circumstance I could see you not covering in this game is if you're overlooking this game, if you're looking ahead to Utah, which happens. I mean, even some of the best teams have got caught with their eyes in the backfield.
I would be nervous on the spread if we were going.
To Oregon?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Corvallis.
You're here.
Yeah.
You've just had 2 amazing games. I think I think everything you're seeing about Texas Tech and the preseason talks and articles or whatever you'd read is real, and I think that's starting to come into vision, I guess, is that Texas Tech is going to be a real opponent. Again, I'm not trying to drink the Kool-Aid. You had 2 super easy games, but you're in the 60s in both games. You sat starters in both games. You probably could have put up 100 points on either one of those teams or both to make a statement and say, well, we'll run the score up 100-7 both games if that's what y'all want. So,
yeah, I think when I look at this league across the board, we've learned that you can have a good top to bottom league and not get respect. That's just how it works. Your league can be great where the 16th team could beat one of the top 5 teams on a given Saturday, and that's not a good thing.
You don't want a bunch of 8-4 teams.
No, parity's a bad thing for perception in college football. We've learned that over years.
Yeah.
I think you might actually be getting into a better situation where you may have 3, 4, maybe even 5 teams that separate from the rest of the group this year. You might end up having that separation where you've got a handful of 11-1, 10-2 type of teams, and that will gain better reception from the national media because you'll have teams that are ranked higher. So I don't know. These are overreactions somewhat for 2 weeks of Big 12 play, but these things will start to sort themselves out here in coming weeks.
If these rankings were the final rankings for the year and you have Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon all in the top 5, your perception, no matter what else goes on with every other team in the Big Ten, is like that is the most powerful conference.
That's how it works, yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
And then you've got Illinois sitting at 9. But that's exactly what the Big 12 has to aim for this year, is to get 2 teams in the top 10 to finish out the year.
That are dominant. Yeah.
And then you can say the Big 12 is equally as good as the other conferences, and it doesn't matter. It's like everybody puts a curtain on the bottom teams.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
We don't care if one team's 0-12.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's impossible. I think everybody's won a game in the Big 12 so far. But Vanderbilt, what's that? Rutgers? Doesn't matter.
Huh?
Bad year for me to use Vanderbilt. Stanford. Let's use them.
Okay, there
they
you
look
go.
bad. It's the bottom line. Matt, have a good rest of your day.
Yep.
Continue next on 100.7 The Score.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107 The Score mobile app. Yours on the television, Fox 34 News Now, as well as DoubleTSportsNetwork.com, YouTube, Apple TV. Lots of ways to take us in, however you're doing so. We are thrilled you've chosen to make us part of your Tuesday afternoon, alongside Jamie Lent, who joins us in the First United Bank studio. I'm Chois Woodman. We got Jimmy Cook and Brennan Riker across the way. Y'all keep hitting us up. We welcome your thoughts, comments, questions, anything and everything there on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through the 100.7 The Score mobile app, which you can carry just about anywhere with you, even listening out in Scratch Ankle, Alabama. There are simple people out there.
Scratch Ankle.
It's like, I remember that. That was where I scratched my ankles, so that's what we're going to call it in the town. Seems like a real place. Just for Alabama. Jamie.
Yes, Choice.
What do you want to talk about? I got a few different topics. I'll let you choose. We can talk about Big 12 officials. We've got our power rankings in 15 minutes, so you don't get to do that yet.
Okay.
We could talk about AP voters and who voted Texas Tech the highest and the lowest this week.
Okay, I'm interested.
That's where we're going. Okay. All right, so let's lambaste someone and praise someone.
I did spend a few minutes on the social medias a little earlier today.
Did you? What are you
see
doing
the lady
there?
that's getting harassed for moving Florida up 2 spots. Have you seen this?
What? Someone moved Florida up 2 spots.
Yeah, and she is being lambasted. Is that the word?
That's what I went with.
Lambasted by the
sure,
by the social medias, and she decided.
I'm looking for this lady.
She decided she was going to go on and make a little post about her decision making, and she avoids answering the question whatsoever. She's like, "Well, this is how my routine goes. I go cover a game on Saturday, and then I come back on Sunday, and I'm not going to really get into the whole process of why I do what, but it's funny when it's all said and done. It really doesn't matter."
Oh, but it does. It matters. Why would you vote in it? That's a stupid thing to say. Why would I be voting in it if it doesn't matter?
How can she keep her vote?
Should not. Should be like, all right, we're going to... I mean, she's got to keep it through the year, I'm sure. But after this year...
Does she?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess they could give it to someone else.
I just think that she...
Do we know who she covered? I'm trying to find it. This is a huge list of voters, so I'm trying to see who would have moved up. Anyway, so... We are going to, tell you who voted Texas Tech the highest. What do you think was Texas Tech's highest vote spot of the top 25 this week?
About
if they are 21
17.
Overall. You're undershooting there.
15.
Keep going.
12.
There we are. 2 different voters voted the Red Raiders at number 12 this week. That is Javon Edmonds of the Syracuse Post-Standard. You got a buddy that you're texting up there?
It's good people.
Hey, vote for...
Hey, for us.
Are we sure this isn't our guy Jacob that that
Might be. Jacob might be.
Jacob
helping us out.
Beatles, is he going under a pseudonym there? Mm-hmm. And he's got a vote. The other person that voted Texas Tech as high as number 12, Keith Farmer of WLEX-TV in Lexington. So Kentucky.
Kentucky.
All right. These guys seem like really smart people.
Haley Sawyer is her name.
Haley Sawyer. Okay. We'll hunt this down. And I'll tell you what else she voted here in just a second. I don't know if she did very well elsewhere. I believe, and this is scanning through, there are two that I have found that did not put, no, just one so far, that I have found that did not put Texas Tech in their top 25 at all.
Okay.
There it is. There's two. Mike Hylas of the Cedar Rapids Gazette in Iowa. His main beat is the Hawkeyes.
He doesn't like offense.
Apparently. That's got to be it. Oh, there's a third. There is Sean Reeder of the Albuquerque Journal. You're 5 hours away. Punk. No, that was rude. Sorry. I'm getting bent out of shapes. Yeah.
What kind of car do you drive?
Yeah, buddy. Brochacho. So, a guy in Albuquerque. Where did I say the other one was? I've already forgotten this fast. Iowa, Cedar Rapids. And then Sam McCowan, who's obviously jealous that his team shouldn't have ever left the Big 10, or Big 12 for the Big 10. Sam McCowan of the Omaha World Herald that covers Nebraska. Instead of putting Texas Tech even at number 25 this week, he put Nebraska at number 25. So,
okay.
There you go.
All right.
There's that. So, 3 voters that I counted here. Oh, we found a fourth. Joe Aruda of the Hartford Courant. I think that's what it says.
Well, if you're wondering,
Covers
Haley
UConn.
Haley voted us in at number 20.
Well, she doesn't seem that bad.
Well, she put Baylor at 25.
Haley Sawyer is the Southern California News Group.
Yeah.
That's what she is of. Baylor at 25, Utah at 24, Clemson, Arizona State, Michigan, had Tech at 20. I think we're ahead of Michigan.
I guess she just didn't see the final score in that game, I guess.
I don't know. There's another team that got a pretty high vote. Actually, a couple. Brigham Young has gotten... They had 2 11s and a 10.
Really?
They had no 12s or 13s, but 2 11s and a 10. So I don't... Or 14s, yeah. So maybe they're Mormon voters? I don't know. Tom Murphy was the one that put him at 10. He's Arkansas Democrat Gazette.
Okay.
They're in...
Well, it was a big win over Portland State, the powerhouse.
Was that this week?
No, that was 2 weeks ago.
No, they beat Stanford this week.
Yeah, it was Portland State to start the year.
27-3 this week. But yeah, Portland State. So, oh well. I mean, I joke around somewhat, but the fact, like, it did anger me that she says that it doesn't matter. Because in reality, these things do drive the perception of college football. And it does matter. So, if you've got voters out there literally saying that it doesn't matter, it matters to these teams. You shouldn't get a vote if you're saying it doesn't matter. A couple more thoughts on the...
She seems very friendly.
Like the Phillies fan? That friendly?
No, she just smiles a lot.
Okay, that's good.
She tries to talk her way out of this.
bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Happy Tuesday, all. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Chois Woodman, Jamie Lent here in the First United Bank studio. I'll keep pumping in those thoughts, comments, questions on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll return to some more of those here shortly. But before we do that, Brennan's got our question today.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Brought to you by someone not named Jamie and presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
All right, so with the Texas Tech's first two games of this season, playing against inferior opponents, so you've gotten a lot of reserves into the game and relatively early, around the start of the second half, third quarter, shuffling some guys, and now this week you're playing an Oregon State team that, to me, might be just a little, might be better than Kent State and Pine Bluff, but not by much. And so there's probably going to be another scenario where you do end up putting in some 2s and 3s and a lot of reserves into the game at some point against Oregon State. My question today is, how long do you want to see your starters be in the game this Saturday?
I think if it's my preference, I would love, based off of how good I think Tech is compared to Oregon State, I think you should have backups in somewhere around the start of the fourth quarter. I don't think it's going to be start of the second half like you've had in the last couple of weeks, but I think you should have a comfortable enough lead to hand the keys over to Will Hammond and company around the start of the fourth quarter. 15 to 10 minutes left in the game. 10 to 15, whatever.
Well, he said want.
That to me is want. Acceptable.
I'm going to go the end of the second quarter.
You want another blow?
Do
you really want that, Jamie, as bored as you were in the second half?
It's what's in front of us now. I don't want us to play poorly.
Okay.
Just to make it more entertaining for me.
Jamie, if I'm being real, I do want the team to be tested some this week. I want some sort of test. You should have scheduled
differently then.
Yeah. I think you're facing a different caliber of athlete for the most part this week. I think Oregon State's a step up from Kent State. I think there are some Power 4 and former Power 4 players on this Oregon State roster.
Sure.
So I think you'll get more of a punch, and I hope Texas Tech gets the feeling of getting punched in the mouth a little bit, because if you don't, the wake-up call at Rice-Eccles the next week is going to be a lot more sudden, I think, than if you don't at least face a little bit of adversity of some sort this week.
Yeah, this one's, I get what Brennan's trying to get at here, like how deep into the game do you want to get to before you're comfortable, and your point of starting the fourth quarter or at the beginning, end of the third, start of the fourth is, I think it's all makes sense, but I don't want to see you play poorly.
No, I don't.
I don't want you to have to face adversity because you bring it upon yourself. I don't think Oregon State is good enough to bring it upon you. Okay? And so I understand why the schedule is what it is. I get it. As a fan who goes to the game to watch the games, I don't have to, you can't make me be entertained by blowouts in the second half. You also, as a media member who analyzes it or whatever, you can't make me not be bored.
There's not a lot to analyze.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
I am not criticizing anybody for making the schedule or whatever. But I will say this. if you struggle and lose the game at Utah, there are going to be a ton of fingers pointed at that schedule. A ton of them.
Yeah, I don't.
Yep, a ton of them.
I think the how would
and
definitely
national,
be part of it.
and the
but yes.
national media and the rest of the Big 12 and all that is going to say that was a joke of a schedule that you played to start the year, and it factored in. Now, you have a chance the rest of the way to prove them all wrong.
Correct.
Because you might lose that game in Utah,
You could
and
win
it
out.
might not be because of the schedule. It might be just because you had a bad day or because Utah is really legit. But
All possible.
that's not what people are going to think.
Yep.
They're going to point to your schedule. Now, you have a chance to prove them all wrong after that, and you may go win the rest of them, go on to win the national championship. But after next Saturday, if you lose that game, everybody is pointing to your schedule. Everybody.
Yeah.
And for me, with Saturday's game, I still want you to play. I don't care what the score is at halftime, and I think you'll have somewhat of a comfortable lead at halftime. But your starters need to play more than a half of football if they want to be ready for the Utah game. So,
And Coach said that on Monday, I believe. He was talking about yesterday. He was talking about them being in game shape, and they need to be able to be ready to play. And so I think no matter what the score is, I think they play through the third quarter, like you suggested, Choice.
Yeah, I think so.
I bet you that happens because he wants to, he's not wanting to run the score up against Oregon State, whatever. He's just wanting to get his guys in game shape and ready for what they're going to face next weekend. at
You
Utah.
have to find that medium too, because you can wear your guys out. Now this early in the season, that's
either
not
that, or
really-
you could do like the Syracuse coach and just make them run wind sprints after the game.
What in the world was that?
I don't know.
Like, that would have made sense. They won the game, right?
Yes,
By 7. I think they were 6.5 point favorites.
I
too.
think a field goal in overtime, I believe.
It was? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like they. I'm sure they didn't do everything
dude,
they wanted to, but
It's like, you're Syracuse, man.
This is not
Get over
middle school,
your
man.
Syracuse football.
this is not middle school. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
that was a weird thing. Yeah, someone did ask, do you not want the starters to play more for conditioning purposes? Yeah, I think you have to find that medium of trying to keep away from injury, trying to keep fresh legs, but also making sure the lungs are good to go.
Yeah.
Because, well, hey, we always, they've made a kind of a big deal about it in Wyoming and BYU. I mean, Salt Lake City's pretty elevated up there, so.
Yeah, but didn't we all just decide it had nothing to do with us playing poorly at Wyoming?
No, I don't think it did.
Yeah.
Well, we did lose both of those games, Wyoming and BYU, so
Yeah,
hopefully.
BYU probably had something to do with starting a true freshman quarterback.
I think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
Oh, he's
He
starting
went-
somewhere.
Yeah, he went McNeese. I think it's McNeese.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
So,
know.
yeah, I think you guys are all right. I mean, it will be pointed to schedule, all that, if
And
things don't go well.
Yeah, and
in
again,
Salt
that may
Lake
be
City.
totally unfair. I mean, that may be taking credit away from Utah, or it may just be that you had a bad day, or you
Sure.
that the Utah played better than you. But the narrative is going to look at that schedule,
Yeah.
and the national media. That narrative is also going to be, see, you can't just buy yourself a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'll, like you said,
You have
8 games after that to
prove them
wrong.
all wrong. Yeah.
And very well could.
Yep.
I think
I'd rather you win and not have to,
that'd be good.
worry about the next game to prove it wrong.
I wanted starters to play a couple drives after halftime just to get used to starting back up after halftime is playing. But I think the game will be over at halftime with us up at least 30 points. Chris says, I don't want to tie or lose in the second half after the non-starters come in. Okay.
Yeah, like we did this week, right?
Yeah.
Tied at 14 after halftime.
I think Tech is significantly,
I didn't find myself as bored in the first game in the second half because you still played clean, good football.
you did,
didn't-
but you also played 16 less minutes in the second half.
Oh, yeah,
too.
that's right.
I think that factors in.
That's true. But you still played good
It
football.
was cleaner. Yeah, it was cleaner. You didn't have the
You played.
penalties
You did not
necessarily.
play great in the second half on Saturday.
This one says, I think Tech is significantly better than Oregon State, but would not be shocked if it's within 2 touchdowns starting the fourth. Okay. Tech has by far the worst non-con schedule in the Power 4. I think you can say that right now. We've got to see what other teams turn into, but it doesn't look good for you because Oregon State's 0-2 and could start 0-5.
I don't think Kent State's going to turn around and just own the MAC.
I don't think they'll own the MAC, but I would feel comfortable stating that they're going to not go winless through the MAC this year. I think they
because that's also a bad conference. There's other bad teams there.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Got about a half hour left with you, The Bottom Line, on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. DoubleTSportsNetwork.com. Choice, Jamie, Brennan, Jimmy, all with you today. We'll return to a few more of your thoughts here in a moment. But right now, I have our statement, Jamie. I think I stated this to you during the break, but it is my Tell Me I'm Wrong today. The Big 12 champion. I feel confident in saying you've only played 2 weeks of football, 0 Big 12 games, but the Big 12 champion will be one of 7 teams right now. You can eliminate 9 other teams saying they will not win the championship. That's Texas Tech, Iowa State, Utah, TCU, BYU, Baylor, and Arizona State. Toss the rest out. Tell me I'm wrong. Before more than one Big 12 game has been played, because we've had one so far.
Well, I said earlier that there were 3 that we figured out. Who were your 3 that you said?
Yeah, I would.
Iowa State, Utah, and Texas Tech.
I would narrow it down to say that I really think that the champion will be from those 3, but yes.
And then I stated that I thought there were 4 more that I'm not canceling out yet. That was BYU, TCU, Arizona State, and Baylor.
But this statement eliminates Arizona's had a good start. Kansas has had a good. Kansas has shown some good offense, so it eliminates them from the competition. We're saying K-State can't come around and win it with that. I'm saying that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think those 7. I would be very surprised if it doesn't come from those 7.
Yeah, I think this is pretty broad to where these are the teams that have started strong and then have shown the most potential to be a conference champion.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to say that you're wrong. It's weird because, again, in these past couple years, especially last year, I don't think anyone, even week 3, week 4, week 5, had Arizona State.
They didn't.
Winning the league.
So that's where, this statement could.
It's a little scary.
Who's last year or this year's Arizona State or who's? I mean, is it Arizona?
Yeah, you just have to remember though that the majority of the time, the large majority of the time, it's more where choice is than last year.
Correct.
That some team that you had picked to finish in the last 4 or 5 comes all the way back.
Last year's the exception to the rule.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, 99% of the time, you could start the year and saying, here are the 7 teams, top 7 teams, and the chances are you're going to be right. And so that's part of the reason why I'm saying I think you're right today.
I really do think and this is way out and over the skis, this is way a cart before the horse. I think the Big 12 championship, just from the eye test of 2 weeks of football, 3 in some instances, is going to be Texas Tech and Utah. I think you're going to end up with a rematch there. But we got, just 10 games to go. So, hot takes on a Tuesday.
Okay, so question.
Okay.
If you think it's going to be a rematch,
who do I think?
Is it better to be the team that's won or that's lost the first game?
Don't
overthink it.
It's better to be the team that won.
It's better to be the team that won.
I don't see why it would help you, especially.
I mean, that probably means you're the better team.
Yeah. Usually, and especially if you're winning on the road like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think suddenly Utah is going to have such an advantage because they're uber motivated.
No, I think teams get better throughout the year, but that has nothing to do with
both teams should get better throughout the year.
Yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with the first game. So, no, I won't overthink it. It's better to be the team that won. And now if you're saying you get to win one of the two, then give me the loss in Salt Lake City, and I'll take the Big 12 championship win. All right, so Tuesday.
You know what I think is kind of sad?
What's that?
And maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way, and so forgive me.
I forgive you already.
Okay. What's kind of sad is you were like, I'll take the Big 12 championship. And I'm thinking in my mind, as you're saying, I'm thinking spot in the college football playoff. To get into the college football playoff. And I feel like I'm downplaying the coolness of winning a Big 12 championship that you've never won.
Yeah. I think I'm just accepting that comes with it. The college football playoff comes with a Big 12 championship. So
if you were able to guarantee, like, hey, you could make the college football playoff, but you're not going to win the Big 12 championship, would you take it?
Roll the dice on winning a Big 12 championship or just take the spot in the college football playoff?
So what's more important to you, winning the Big 12 championship or getting into the college football playoff?
Getting into the college football playoff.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you need to be. Yeah, but people are talking about. I heard them talking a lot and griping about the schedule, and I get it. Like saying, why don't we have teams like Notre Dame come here and this and that?
Because Notre Dame's going to come here.
I'm like, if you ever want, but if you ever want reality at any sort of those conversations, just the conversations of having big dogs come here, you need to play in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
You want to get in those meetings of having a chance to have home and homes with the big dogs of college football. If you want Florida to come here or Tennessee or.
The Aggies and Notre Dame play this weekend, right?
I know. I'm jealous too.
Very jealous.
I think they played last year and Notre Dame won, right? Maybe? No, did A&M win? I don't remember.
No, I think it was Notre Dame.
Notre Dame won. I think it was a close one. And this one's in South Bend. Was every pass we threw back in 2012 a deep ball? Eric Ward, Estacado coach, just caught one for a touchdown. Did he call it out of bounds? That's a horrible call if he did. Big 12 refs were screwing us back in 2012, too.
Choice is complaining about a call.
Of course.
13
You better
years
get this
ago.
right. Catch, butt down.
That's a touchdown,
Oh,
dude.
my gosh, it's right in front of you. He should be suspended the next week. I think they get it right.
And the Big 12 has gone back 13 years to
suspend this guy. That was a heck of a catch by Eric Ward, too.
Sure was.
Man. Ooh, Tuberville.
Tubby Tomerville is not happy.
He shouldn't be. He's already thinking about Cincinnati there. I can tell.
Pine Box Tommy.
Like, what is the ref looking at here? He's got a foot down, then the back, and then he rolls out of bounds after full possession.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm just getting angry over. I'm pretty sure we do win this game, 2012. I think that's the triple overtime one, if I can remember correctly. You were there, right?
Yes.
That's good. You and Chuck?
Chuck and I drove there and back, sat together in the press box the whole day.
Did someone record the conversations, put this on so you didn't have to do the morning drive? Oh, this was before you were on the morning drive.
Yeah, it was, and he slept almost the entire way home.
Really?
Yeah. I was fine with it. I mean, I knew how to get here.
Okay.
It was good.
They are going under review, in case anybody's wondering.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Tubby Tomerville from the chat line. Does Baylor or TCU play Utah? I believe Utah plays Utah. I believe Baylor does, but I don't have everybody's schedule memorized. I was talking about that with Matt earlier. it's so weird after going through a full decade where you played everybody in the league, Jamie, to sit here and sift through who plays whom, and hey, they got it right. We're good, guys. No reason to panic.
Utah plays at Baylor November 15th.
That's kind of a big one.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.